What's up, boosting bullshitters?
Episode 25.
Is it?
Yeah.
It don't matter. Whatever.
It's one of them 4 months. 10 months we've been doing it.
Yep, it is. So smash the like button. That's right, everybody. Smash that like button. Subscribe, please. It gets me and old Stevie keep doing this show right here so we can get some cash, so we can pay for some fuel, so we can go to the racetrack, so we can do what we do.
You're an internet superstar on this deal. You know
that? I have been a superstar for the last month. Winning this race has been crazy. It has been
a big win.
It is. So I got to say one thing before we start. Bang, bang, Niner gang. My boys did it yesterday. Yep. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Yep. Fletcher, I text Fletcher before the game. I said, bang, bang, Niner game, Fletcher. And then at the end of the game, I got a big middle finger. So, I saw he was there on the sidelines with one of the Kelsey brothers.
Yeah.
My wife got me this McCaffrey jersey. I can't even get it straight. That's how stupid I am.
There you got it.
Yep. McCaffrey, And I went to the Carolina Panther game. And because I'm, I got to be a Panthers fan because I'm from here. So, but it's hard. They suck so bad. But
I'm not even going to say my team, so we're good. But
I know what you are. You're a Commander.
No, I don't like them. I do like the Cowboys, but hey,
I
was rooting for Philly. I was rooting for Philly, dude. And when you send me a text, tell me you're underneath the damn blanket. Now that we're talking about a man just won $50,000 raise, and he's underneath the covers worried about.
My wife's got a picture of it. She blackmailed me. I am a huge Niners fan and a huge Tar Heels fan. So, but I cannot watch Tar Heel basketball because I get so upset about it that I can't go to sleep. And I was afraid. Luckily, they had the early game so that if they did lose, that I could kind of calm myself down before I could go to sleep. But it is what it is. They won. They, everybody was texting me, "Fly, Eagles, fly" at the beginning. And at the end, I texted back, "Die, Eagles, die." So
they did do that.
So it was good football. So, but other than that, just been working on some race cars, doing some stuff with the kids. Got old party time back together. Victory Vinyl straightened out a few wrap issues I had. Got my motor freshened back up. TKM helped me out with that. Went through the converter, went through everything. I mean, other than that, I'm ready to push her in the box.
Push her in the box. You better push her in the box. You got a big ass bullseye on your ass.
Yeah. But that's okay. Go Seahawks. Somebody put Ghost. Don't even add him into the mix here.
So, he's out.
We done killed one bird. We'll kill another one. Don't worry about that.
Poor Philly. Them boys. I don't know what happened to them, but anyway, we're back to
you're
happy now for another week.
It is what it is. I don't have any control of it. I cuss and scream at the screen, and same thing in Panthers land. I'm up here in the 540 section screaming. I really wasn't going to go because the weather looked so bad, and I had went prior with my family like a week or two prior, and we froze to death and with rain, and they got the crap stomped out of them. So we left it like the third quarter, but I love football, always have. Never really played it much, but I love it. My kid's into flag football, so it's something I can share with him that doesn't involve wheels. But
that's always a good time.
Yep. So I want to hit a few key points before we get started with our first guest, our only guest tonight. We've got some things that you can do for us if you guys want to. You can hit the super light deal. You're gonna have to educate me a little more on this, on what you can do. You can go on and you can call Steve a donkey. There's all kinds of things you can do on YouTube now to kind of help us benefit the show and pay for the show and help us get going. Cause it's not cheap for us to do all this mics and lights and all this stuff. I mean, I know, we think we're superstars, but we're not, but there's things you can do, super likes. You can do the fan like stuff. You can add comments on here. You can turn me into a monkey, whatever you want to do, we'll do it. But just hit the like and subscribe button, and if you do that, you can go on during the podcast here, and it's all look crazy. Whatever you need to do to make it fun.
The ventures of YouTube. You can pay to put a comment. I don't know what all that stuff.
Yeah, it's all kinds. Jess was telling about it. So again, Jess ET Edits. She's a lady behind the scene, does all the producing. What are you doing drinking Coca-Cola tonight?
Look at that. Coca-Cola. New year, new me.
Don't be a duck. I'm gonna try not to. Yeah.
Hey, that field there ain't none.
Nope. But Coca-Cola for you. That we call that that's a junior red snapper.
Yes, the junior red snapper. I just ain't got no peanuts put in it.
Oh, that would be good.
Yes, sir.
Some of our Yankee friends won't know anything about that.
No, them people up there don't have no idea.
Yeah.
Bears in the Super Bowl.
So iTrade drops let's PDRA drops a bomb on everybody. Not a bomb, but they lit a grenade in my ass. They drop these new rule package that comes out. I'm sure you like it.
I can't drink beer because I got to drink. I should have Diet Coke so I can lose a little weight.
Well, let's be honest with me now. Don't friend me here. Now, I mean, like I went 55.9 at Galot. I went 58.1 at Virginia. Ty does the same thing. When we did the same thing back to back, and they feel like it's a 30-pound swing margin there. I mean, they're basing everything off what's happening in Florida, and I don't think you can do that. I don't think anything in Florida placates to up north, but whatever. I mean,
it is what it is. I can bitch about the rules, me and you back and forth, but
yeah,
I try not to get really into it a lot because it just either side, I'm either happy or pissed, and I can get no control over anyway. So I let Gene, John, and those guys do all the whatever they do, whether campaign, whatever the hell it is. But my only thing on the rules is the 20-pound swing is for us. I can't say it's good or bad, but for me, it's good. I might have to lose a little weight, stop eating, but maybe you'll have to pull a cylinder head every once in a while.
Oh my God. Yeah, I act like we don't burn them up. We do burn them up. We might not do it all the time, but so here's the gist for guys that everybody on here doesn't really know what's happening. PDRA releases their Pro Boost rules. They released two rule packages, Pro Nitrous and Pro Boost. We're going to cover Pro Boost first. Pro Boost comes in. They add 10 pounds to me, which I don't know what the hell that was about. That was just a polite way of not letting you have 30 pounds off. I mean, let's just be honest. Okay. That was just like, okay, we know some of these guys can't take 30 off. Right. So we're going to do the PC way, and we're going to give you 10 pounds. I promise you, you can say what you want to, Steve. I don't think these cars know that 10 pounds is on them sometimes.
I agree. You're probably already 10 pounds heavy anyway.
So. Yeah, exactly. So then they take a 20 pounds off of you. Screw, non-lockup, 5-speed. Are you 4-speed, 3-speed?
3-speed for us.
So you no additional weight penalty for the 25 pounds. You get 25 pounds per gear over 3 speeds, right?
Right.
Or 25 pounds for over 3
that doesn't affect not me. Almost everyone over there is 3-speed.
Yeah.
Locked up with the blower stuff.
Okay. All right. So, and they took 20 pounds off the lockup combination, right?
Also? I think so, yes. That's the way I read it, yes.
Okay. All right.
So
that's a 30-pound swing.
Yeah, 30-pound swing for the screw blown cars.
Basically. Well, 20-pound swing for the screw blown cars, 10 pounds for me.
Well, so, right.
Yeah. So now you all year you weighed what all year?
2620.
Okay, and I weighed 2600. So 20 pounds difference. Okay. And now you're 26 pounds heavier than me, right?
Yeah, I was.
I weighed 2600. Okay. And so now I'm 2610, you're 2600.
Correct.
So you're 10 pounds the other way.
Under you.
Okay. All right. I mean,
does the 10 pound affect you? No, we all know that it's not going to happen.
No, the 10 pounds doesn't affect me, but the difference in the rule pattern does. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the power adders does. Like now, so what does 20 pounds get you?
I'm going to have to move some out of it. But
I mean, if you had this,
I'm hoping with the 20 pounds out, the car will 60 foot better with that much out, right? Is it going to help me out the back? No,
No, no, I agree
not
with
going to
that.
make any more power there,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
We're gonna so that we got to
So
hope it
now
there,
instead of 909, you go 901 or
right?
90. So
Mathematically,
okay. All right.
but does it? I mean, I would like to know what one of your alls make on the dyno compared to one of ours, But obviously that's all secret shit. So
Well, the problem is with that, you're never going to get two tuners to really give you the full benefit
right,
of the doubt. I don't
correct,
care who they are. If you get
and the same
Toro,
dyno,
Salemi, it would take two top tier teams to show up at the dyno and each tuner work on the other car. And then I figured out that's how you would figure it out. And
right?
you're never going to get that in the history of drag racing. So,
Yep,
I
yep. And
mean,
and whose dyno? If we go to
yeah.
your dyno, this dyno, neither one will cooperate. I mean,
So supposedly the Patriot just broke the Fuel Tech screw blown dyno record this week.
that's
Supposedly nobody
insane.
knows who. I mean, that's one of those things. But I mean, I don't know. It's my father is not happy about it, but
I was just getting ready to ask you how well Bob took that.
he did not take it well at all. Period. Zero. I think he just wanted an explanation on how we can run so close within to hundreds. And I was told directly that this was the Hearts rule. Okay. So let's just put that out there. Now that the Hearts has become a factor, but the Hearts was a factor all the way through the last part of the year since Virginia because Randy had it. Just because I put it on doesn't make it this new combination. And I feel bad for some of these other guys that are really trying and kind of got their program going in the right direction. And now I feel like they're two numbers back. And because if you picked up a number and a half, and 10 pounds is obviously not going to slow them down. So now all of a sudden you got 3 or 4 screw guys that picked up a number and a half, and it kind of moved everything around. But you know what? It's their prerogative. My only issue is they will not change the rules if it's wrong. It will take them 3 to 4 races to do it. And that's notoriously, historically with them, if the rules are wrong, if they go out. And I think if you look at history, let's go back and look at history. The first couple of races are, first 2 races are kind of close, screw blowers, and they're kind of all. And then I think in the heat, it just depends on who.
Summertime.
Yeah, it
That's what I
depends
was
on
going to
whose
say.
car is better a little bit. I mean, a screw blower still out back asks me one number. I don't if I got the Hearts on or if I got a jet airplane shoved in my butt.
What was the mile? What would you go mile an hour down there in Florida?
211, 211. You been 211?
I have. I wasn't down there, but I have.
Okay. With the lockup or non-lockup?
Non-lockup. I think we went.
So I just got to 211.
Yeah, I did it at Cecil, so I don't know if you can really count that.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Right. I mean, not that you got 211, but that's just a different. That's a different animal.
I just would like to know. I would just like for the rule makers to answer their phones and give us consequences on how they felt like this was fair. So if we go out there immediately, and I'm just going to use you for example, if we go out there right now, you drop the hammer at the first race and you go 353 and I go 355 right where I was at, because that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to be right there where I'm at, 355, 355. Because 10 pounds is obviously not going to slow me down that much, but it should pick you up. Are they willing to make an adjustment before the next race?
That's the $1 million question. The rules
Because
maker.
you've got a shorter field, you got a shorter schedule right now. So if it takes 3 races for you to make up your mind on whether the rules are right or wrong, hell, half the season's over with.
Right. And I don't think the rules between the 2 sanctions are going to be the same. Is that correct?
I don't know that. I haven't heard that for sure.
Yeah, I haven't heard either. So that's another big question. Will they interchange?
Yep. So, I mean, I get it. These guys got a hard job. I still think there should be a rule committee. I still think you should have a screw blower, a pro charger, a turbo, and your rule guys and sit down in a room. I know we've done it in Big Dog before and it really doesn't ever work out, but I feel like we're grown adults now and we're talking about multi-million-dollar races, not just a Thursday night thing. I think we could get in a room together and kind of decide where we could find a balance, and math and data shows exactly what we want to do. So, but I mean, what it is, what it is written. What are we going to do?
Well, that's right. I don't think they're going to change it now, but I don't know if it'll play real big. Really, I don't. I mean, yeah, it's 30 pounds, but I think you was already there. That's just my opinion on the side. Of
Yes,
course,
I
I'm on
mean,
the blower side, and
you're not gonna make me mad. I mean, you can tell me the truth. I mean, you
I don't
guys.
see it making a humongous difference. I really don't.
I know you guys talk about burning your stuff up, but you got to look. Yeah, just PDRA. That's correct. But you guys got to look at EFI. You guys are still not using EFI, and there's a lot of screw blown combinations that are using EFI that are not burning their shit up. You know, you still guys are still.
Hey, Bob, still calm down, Bob. It's all right.
It's okay, and I'm just voicing my opinion. I mean,
And
that's
it's well warranted from your side.
yeah.
I mean, when the rules come out, whoever gets the worst end of the sticks, I mean, depending on
Oh yeah,
they're gonna they're the ones that's gonna. I don't blame you. If I was on your side, I'd
yeah,
probably be
yeah.
bitching too. But
And I'm not
I don't want to
mad
see
at
you
any
drink all.
screw blower. I'm not mad at any screw blower guy. I'm not mad at any turbo guy. I'm not mad at any pro charger guy. Racers are racers. I just would like to know facts and warranted where these opinions came from and why they felt like it was a great idea to make a 30-pound swing. I could have lived with even. I could have lived with that. I wouldn't have been happy about it, but I feel like I could have lived with it. And I've told Tutterow the same thing. I said, you know what? I feel like at some point in time we're going to be evened up, and you know,
And that's kind of where I thought it would have went too. I really did think it would be even because power wise, I think both combos are close. Although I think you make more boost from the hit,
no, you
from what
do.
I've heard.
No,
You do?
you,
What
yeah,
do you
you
go
make
to? I think you go to like 48 or 50 pounds, right?
on the hit.
I mean, like at point what 4 or 5?
No, buddy, you're 40 pounds. What are you, 60 pounds? Or you're 40 something pounds as soon as you hit the throttle?
It goes up there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're 40 as soon as I hit the throttle. The max I've ever been is 21 on on this two step.
How much we make going out the big end?
60.
Okay. Yeah, it's more than us.
So you're 20. I'm 20 pounds there, but it takes me a second and a half to get there. Where
Right.
you're 40 pounds all the way through.
Right.
And we are bigger cubic inch.
That's the other thing. I was getting ready to say that the bigger stroke, right? You got the
But
big stroke in yours?
yeah, I do. I'm 565. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But why wouldn't it work with a blower, with a screw blower? Have you tried it?
No, but that big stroke don't like the RPM either.
Why not get Tyler on here and ask him? He won't answer the phone. So he knew better than to answer the phone. I don't blame him. I knew he was going to get his ass chewed out. Randy Weatherford called me and I think his head exploded through the phone. So
the rules guy is never right, ever.
No, he's not. But I would, like I said, and I've said this from the beginning, NHRA has a rules committee. PDRA at this level should have a rules committee where 4, 5, 6 grown men can get in a damn room and can discuss the hold on, here we go. Intake temperatures are screaming through the roof on a Pro Charger compared to a screw. That's true. I'm 500 on intake scream because I cannot cool my air like you guys can. So
yeah, I'm not up to date real on what all you guys are doing. I know Bob drinks a lot of sweet tea over there. That's all I know.
I hope that's all we drink. You don't need him to get drunk.
No.
So
does that play a factor? Is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's, I mean, I'm talking from me or whoever else out there. You guys drink a lot of sweet tea, and maybe you just got your shit together. I'm not saying you do or you don't, right? Is there?
Well, that's the same thing could be said in nitrous. The same thing. I mean, you got half the field burning their shit up, and then you got 2 or 3 guys that are over there they're fast. They're the same thing, and they're not doing anything. So I mean, it's just two or 3 different ways to skin a cat. I mean, that's just the way to. Well, I thought the World Series rules a combination of all the Pro Mod entries, PDRA Midwest. They make their own rules. Wes and them, they sit down. Him, Mike Carpenter, JT, is a couple of different guys. They get together and they make their own rules. They look at performance through the year, different combinations, and who's doing what and what. I mean, it's kind of hard. And like I say, Florida is a different entity. You cannot go to Florida and base anything off of it. Number one, we weigh more down there than we do anywhere we go. And the track, we're at a track for a week solid. And we get a hold of it and a whole lot quicker fashion. The best and the best are there. The temperature's pretty consistent most of the time.
Did I think about it?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it yet.
Mm-mm.
Oh God, you're gonna make me go look. I didn't see it yet, Vermar.
I'm assuming there's testing.
I didn't see it. But anyway, we could talk about that in a minute while I'm looking it up because we got a special guest we got to bring on and I don't want to keep him holding. But one more thing, IHRA drops a big mic drop on everything this week. They changed their schedule again. They moved some races around. They put in this Triple Crown deal. They've got 3 $100,000 to win races in Pro Mod. And we're just talking about Pro Mod. I didn't look at any other classes. They picked 3 racetracks that they're not on their regular. One's not on their regular. 2 are not on their regular schedule. The first one's Maple Grove, pays $100,000 to win, $50,000 runner up, $25,000 semis. I mean,
it's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. And then I heard a rumor. I know they put it up there that the Milan Pro Mod Bonanza is going to be a $250,000 to win race, and they're going to pay back from their purse. So I mean, that's insane. It's $4,000 first round loser. If you qualify at one of these races, you get $4,000.
That's a lot of money. Somebody, a lot of people is going to have to making choices.
And the first race, the Maple Grove race, is on top of VMP PDRA. I don't know if that was on purpose or what they did, but I mean, this is a lot to take in the last couple of days that they put in there. My wife and me, we've changed our schedule 3 times. We sat down on a schedule, a calendar, and looked at this thing. And I mean, it's 21 races if you count PDRA and IHRA. 21 races. It's almost 7,000 miles of travel from our home, from here. And we don't have to travel that far because we've got 4 or 5 of them within 4 hours.
Right.
I mean, if you do the math, and that's going in 7,000, I think she said 7,000 miles of traveling. It is, let's see, she said, no, 17,000 miles of travel.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'm sorry. 17,000 miles of traveling, 17,000 miles from us, total round trip if you went to every race. And if you average it at 7 miles to the gallon, it's $6,500 in fuel. Not including what you're going to burn at a racetrack with generators.
Yep.
17. So if you change oil and put new tires on, you're going to have to change oil and put new tires on by the time you get.
I mean, that's kind of like the Street Outlaw stuff when they was running. When you seen Kai and those guys running from one side of the country to the other, that's what I kind of compare that schedule to.
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It is and we looked at it, and it's going to make a lot of people choose. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't really know.
I mean, the money's good for the racers, right? I mean, it is good, but it is going to make them choose. Is it going to water it down? Are we going to have less cars at one race and then the other? That's the $1 million question.
Okay. All right. Jess has got the schedule up. You want to show it, Jess? You got time to show? You got it? Let's see here. On my laptop. Screen. Okay. Let's see what she does.
There, it's up there now.
Oh, this is the U.S. national screen. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's see here. Sunday, early arrival. All right. Scroll down. Let's see what we got here. And then Tuesday, we don't care about. That's testing. Tuesday, Thursday, Q1. I knew they were going to do it. I think because it's the same thing. I think Sunday looks like rain again. Friday, right. Q3 and 4. So 4 time runs. 9 a.m. and 1:30. And then Saturday's E1.
So we're going racing Saturday again.
Yeah. I know they do.
I don't mind. I like that.
So they're going to try to do Saturday and Sunday. That's fine with me.
I guess they'll leave Sunday for if they don't.
No, they've got us down for Pro Mod eliminations on 10:30 for like whatever round we're going to be in.
Gotcha.
It's basically the same thing we just did.
Yep.
So okay, all right, Jess. Thank you. ET Edits. All right, I've soapboxed enough. I'm sorry.
You did good. You got you got it off your chest. You got Bob drinking Jack in the back now. Got him all worked up.
So me and you going to have to choose. So a lot of teams are going to get pulled either way. So you're not going to see a lot of.
I'm concerned with car count. I think the first couple races, like some guys are going to probably do both, especially you guys down there in Carolina because they're probably close, so you can then see where they're at.
That's my plan. I mean, my plan is to run the first 4 races, so the first 2 of each event. It ain't off my chest. Go back to bed, Pops. I think we're going to run the first 4 races, so the first 2 of each series, and we're just going to kind of see. And iTrade's paid $100,000 to win championship. I mean, and I hate to say this, guys, I'm not dogging on PDRA. Do not get this wrong. I'm not beating up on them. I've been a PDRA since the beginning. I've never, ever, ever missed a PDRA race. The man that owns the organization can't even say that. He's missed a PDRA race. I've never missed a PDRA race in my life. And it's just a money thing, man. I mean, if I win one of these 50 granders at IHRA or I can race all year on one race, man. I mean, you're talking like life-changing money here. You pick up 2 or 3 of these, dude, and the big question is how long can it stay? But I mean, I can't answer those questions. All I can say is I got to get it while I can. If it's out there.
Well, they have that $1 million out there too, right? For the 3 races.
I think if you win all 3 races, and then I think
the winter series, but during the summer now.
Yep.
How about this? I gotta ask you this then, which we're on this subject before we bring on Tim.
Yeah.
If you run those races back to back to back, you say 100,000 to run you all year. How many motors you carry? Is that going to be enough to run 21 races?
No, I can't run 21 races. I'm going to have to choose after the first 3 or 4 races.
Gotcha.
And the PDRA is right in my backyard. I mean, I literally can go 4 hours to every single race. So you can't say that that's an issue. But do I drive 4 hours for 10,000? Do I drive 6 hours for 50?
Yep. And that's the thing. That's what I was saying. I mean, you guys are right there. But, I mean, if someone really goes out there and says they're going to run all these races, I mean, how many engines do you got to carry? I mean, because you got to maintenance the cars because a lot of what was 1 month? There's 3 races in 1 month.
And if you do good at 3 races or 4, there's 5 races, and there's 5 races in a 6-week period.
Right.
So if you do good at a couple of these races and go rounds, you'll be putting rods in, during the week. And
I would think a lot of these guys would just pull an engine out and put another engine in and tranny for the next race and maintenance the other engine in the back.
Some of your teams can't. So I don't know. The Pro Nitrous guys, they kind of got
30 pounds might make you have to put rods in it, Bob. Get him all worked up.
The Pro Nitrous guys kind of got it easy and hard at the same aspect. They only got one place to race, but they only have one option. I mean, they don't have to make these big decisions like we got to make, which, I mean, I guess that's, arrogant thing to say, but I mean, you guys got one place to go, which sucks, but in the same aspect, most of you, only a few of you live up north. It's not a lot of traveling you guys got to do. And I mean, I hate it for you, but somebody made that deal, and that's the deal they made. And
it's a lot of racing.
And we're not even talking about Midwest and NHRA, like not right. Even in, like, you still talk about the Shakedown, Yellow Bullet, Big Dog, Rocket, Pro Mods at the Rock. I mean, if you own a Pro Mod car and you don't go racing this year, you're a fool, because at some point in time, somebody is going to go to a race that's going to pay $50,000 or $100,000, and it's only going to be 20 cars there, and it's going to be easy pickings. So
that's what I was going to say. I was just getting ready to say the exact thing, because one of these races is going to come up short on cars, and someone's going to roll in there and take that check pretty easy.
Yep. All right. Well, enough of that. We're going to bring on the man himself, Cynergy Composites. So as you can tell, he has hooked me and Mr. Steve up with some swag this week.
We look good too.
You guys look good. You look good. Yeah.
Do I look more Canadian, eh?
You guys look great. I got a face for radio. At least you guys look like TV celebs. Right?
No, look. I mean, other than my eyes, my beard, my fat face, So.
Well, ain't pretty for nothing.
I smile, my eyes shut.
Well, before we leave the iTray thought,
Okay, go ahead.
I just want everybody, like, I've known the ITRA owner, Daryl Cattell, for over 15 years. He's been a customer of mine. He's Canadian, right? He's from a town called Alliston, Ontario, just north of Toronto. Him and Al Billis actually went to the same high school, if you can believe it.
That's weird, yeah.
And it is weird, but it's true. And I did a carbon fiber snowmobile for him like 15 years ago, 12 years ago. I did carbon 70 Chevelles, the Plymouth Fury mold that Larry Jeffers has. That was actually imported. Daryl imported it over from Australia to my shop to make him a door slammer, right? Like 12 years ago or something. He is a good dude. That guy, he's an electrical contractor and he has so much work going on in the United States. I think he originally moved to Memphis to build all the FedEx logistics, to do the electrical wiring in the FedEx logistics warehouses. And he did one job. Then he did all the Home Depot warehouses. He did I don't know all of his customers, but I know he's got a couple thousand electricians working all over the United States, 2-3 shifts. And I think the one job he told me, there was 35 million pounds of copper wire in one job. Like, think about that. Think about the scale of that much copper wire that he's running in the United States. You know what I mean? And I'm really proud. He's one of the hardest working guys I've ever met. And I'm really proud of him and all this stuff he's doing. He's got no kids, no wife. This is a legacy for him. He's a solid, hardworking, blue collar dude. Look at him at the racetracks. He wears blue jeans and a race shirt. That's what he wears every day. Like, he
that's good. That's good you said that.
Taurus. He drives a Ford. Well, he drives a twin turbo SHO Taurus. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, you're the first person that we've really talked to that actually knew him prior to this, that I've personally talked to.
He's blown up. Like, he is just blown up. He is the most important guy in motorsports in North America right now. Yep. And we need to make sure, like, I help him with that big carbon speedboat thing. And we need to make sure he doesn't die in that thing, because he's gone 240 and now he wants to go 300 in a freaking race cat. Like, he is that guy. He's gone 200 miles an hour on a nitro snowmobile with nothing around him, like a helmet.
Well, now that you mentioned the Canadian part, now I know, because I kept asking, like, where does this snowmobile fetish thing come from?
Canadian.
That explains it. And because he's definitely not from here. I've never even sat on one. So
no, I know. Well, he took me. I'm from Canada and I'd never been snowmobiling until I went to Daryl. I went down to his shop to work on a car project. He says, come on, we're going sledding. He had 3 truck and trailers, 12 sleds. We all went up to this farm in Indiana that a buddy of his, and we just freaking went. It was an unbelievable experience. Like, he is a solid, good dude.
I think that's good to know, because, I mean, you're talking about somebody coming into the sport that we all grew up in, and you're seeing him buying up everything from Piedmont to every racetrack across the country, which is unheard of, right? I mean,
well, we all remember. Do you remember Evan Knoll back in the old ITRA days? And that was all fraudulent. And I'm sure everybody's thinking Daryl is fraudulent, and I can tell you it's not. It's real. You know what I mean?
That's
and
good.
He's just trying to create a legacy. And I got to be. I don't want to.
He's done it.
He's doing it. You know what I mean? So, before we get too far, I just wanted to say we got to make sure. I want to give away some of my merch. I'm really proud of the new shirts and hats we did. So we're gonna have a trivia question, later in the show. Just so for any of the listeners out there that are kind of, we're gonna have a question that if they answer it correctly, we're gonna send them some free merch, right? So.
I'm telling you, these shirts are comfortable too. Like, he was asking us about them, and they're like, really, they feel a lot better than the ones I sell. Well, I don't know if if it's special like Canadian sheep stuff, or I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
It is some soft stuff.
Dude, you guys are celebrities. I wanted to only get you the best. You know what I mean?
You did that.
I heard Steve's kind of the princess and the pea, right? You know what I mean?
So he has sensitive skin.
I'm very sensitive. I think that's Bob. He's got sensitive skin in the background.
Then he's got sensitive ass, because everything gets on him. So,
Steve, do you tan? Like, you got a complexion. Do you tan, Steve?
It's the lights.
Or is that windburn? Is that windburn?
I got a good light, man. I got a good.
Hold on. Let's see. I can change mine to blue.
There you go. There you go. Blue light, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do got the blue light. I figured that was the Carolina blue he's got there, Shannon.
That's right. Yeah. So
why don't you have a red? Your whole life is red light district, man. You're a Niners fan. Where's the red light?
I am a Niners fan. I had to give up the red just to go to that blue car because I didn't want to paint it. Now I'm back black again. I got some red on there this time though. I got the red and black. So
you do,
and I got the gold coming with the new wrap. With the new wrap. So I'm back. I'm a huge Niners fan. Like my close friends know how big a Niners fan I am, but my ass is steaming right now. He's been so upset about these damn rules for like
wow.
I like poking at
I built a actually he was drafted as an Eagle is a linebacker named a running back, Deuce Staley. You know what I mean? He actually played for the Steelers, and I built him a carbon, one of my original 67 Camaros. He built it as one of those grudge match cars, you know, where they take it out and $100,000 to win on a Thursday night with nobody around and no time stuff. And I'm like, well, I want to go watch this guy play. And I went to the old RCA Dome at Indianapolis, the Colts, when Peyton Manning, and unbelievable experience on a Monday night. And just football's, I agree with you, Jay. Football's amazing. So much energy. It's
I like hockey too. And I'm a Canes fan. So
well, there you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I played roller hockey too. A lot of people don't know that. I played roller
really
hockey. Yep.
Wow.
And I waited till later in life when it hurt a lot more before I started playing roller hockey.
Elbows.
Oh
man.
my God! Yeah,
I can't believe you play hockey.
I did. We have roller hockey. We don't have ice. We do have ice hockey, but it's not that. It's kind of melted. But
actually, there's so many U.S. states that have gotten huge with hockey because of the NHL expansion stuff. St. Louis is massive hockey town. You know what I mean? Like, Steve, you just figure skate? Is that what you do? You don't play hockey?
I do a little figure skating and do stuff. I just bitch about the rules. And
was he a roller skate guy? Is that what
he probably was a roller skate
guy?
I roller skated back in my day
with his bell bottoms on and his
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
Dukes, man. My legs are tan too.
Oh God.
Too much information. Can we talk about carbon now? Come on.
We can. I'm sorry.
Bruce Mullen says he wants one of those vet bodies. He says
he wants to make a funny car vet body.
No worries. We can make anything you want, boys.
So that's one thing we talked about prior show. We kind of got Tim on here, and we don't know a lot. We just drive the damn things, and we talked a little bit at the last show about the new C7 vet body, about how strong you've made it, about the different look of it. You made a junior body, the C7 junior
I did
body.
Yeah, for Bill Harmon.
Bill told me that. Bill's a good friend of mine, and I mean, you guys make a lot of things that people don't even know about outside of racing. I mean,
man, like I could, it's so many stories.
You could tell many stories.
But I mean, like I said, I was trying to tell you before the show, like there's a picture right behind me on the wall, one of the proudest things I built. Like I am Canadian, but 98% of everything I make goes to the United States. Absolutely. 100%. I am red, white, and blue inside. You know what I mean? It's like, you guys, this is the shit. This is where all the action happens. You know what I mean? Is in the States. But I've spent so much money trying to R&D innovative ways to process the materials and think outside the box that, like, my phone just rings, like all these opportunities. And so we were tasked to get our government clearances to work on military stuff for prototypes. And it's pretty cool when, the US government reaches out through a Canadian firm and says, can you make this for me? So like the Desert Assault trucks that were designed literally sole purpose to find and kill Osama bin Laden, which is a lot of that's top secret stuff. We did the oil pans, right? So they wanted an oil pan that was, 9 pounds or 8 pounds lighter than steel. And the hardest challenge is, how do you get that drain plug in the bottom? Because you guys know composites is very soft by nature, right? So, I mean, we did, I think 80 of those oil pans. Was a really cool job. And I mean, that leads to other work. We do a lot of cool stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have a new shop, so you had to probably, the racing industry won't keep you busy enough. You have to branch out, right?
Well, and like a lot of the stuff we do is like OEM tier 1 type work. Like we did all the Copo Camaro hoods since the first inception, 2012, and that was thousands of hoods we made for GM, which leads into these prototype different OEM projects. And actually we got a contract with Shelby Mustang right now for 20. We've just finished 25 and 26. It's like 900 carbon parts I got to make for these Shelby Mustangs. So yes, Jess, do you have a picture of the new shop to show the guys or to show the listeners?
I mean, it's amazing what you guys do, because I have had a lot of race cars over the years, different types, and we talked about you did the Warbird, the first one. I've had I had a vet like Steve. The new vet, I looked it over really close. I mean, it's just the amount of work that goes into it. I think everybody thinks you go down to your local dealership and you pick these things off the shelf and you just start making panels. Yeah,
you have to create it from scratch. And I could tell you, like, the last episode I was on, I don't know what you could hear and what you couldn't. It was really fuzzy, honest to God, terrible snowstorm. And it was just a bad evening to jump on. But like, it cost me $250,000 to make the first new ZR1 body, right? And it's no joke. Like, we CNC cut everything. We did a whole bunch of Aero work. There's the new shop. You know what I mean? So we bought 6 acres up here. So I'm like 30 minutes from the US border. In Michigan. Thanks, man. And it's hard to see, but we do a lot of offshore boat work, so I've molded 3 offshore boats for race teams, and that's serious molds. Like the mold's 40 feet long, and we CNC cut the plug for the bottom hull and the top deck, and it's 22,000 pounds of wood we CNC cut just to cast the molds off of.
Jesus.
Like, and then when you're done, you just take it to the landfill. It's such a waste, you know what I mean? But
you cut it out of balsa wood, or what do you do?
A lot of it is just there's either there's an epoxy tooling board we use for all the OEM tier 1 projects, but a lot of the boat stuff, it's just MDF. Like, literally
MDF.
You could get it.
Yeah. Lowe's. Yeah. Speaker boxes. That's what makes speaker boxes.
Exactly. It actually, it machines really nice. It sands really nice. You glue them all together. You machine it all out. We coat it with resin. We coat it with primer, and then we block it all down. But the key part is you're not shaping it out of metal or foam, and it's symmetrical. And the CNC machine cuts it within 10 thou, like paper.
And you deal with a lot of chemicals too, I'm sure, like a lot of different chemicals.
I get paid to sniff glue for a living, man. I do.
God.
Yes, I do. Yes, we do. Yeah.
So you got a lot of overhead when it comes to safety, environmental stuff. I mean, there's just a lot of...
That's a good question, actually, because I think my wife, we buy about $3,000 a month of personal protection gear, like the 3M the safety masks, the Tyvek suits, the gloves, the sleeves. Then you think about we go through cases of masking tape, like just masking off all of our molds where the vacuum bags got to go. And that was one of my wife's to move into the new shop. We started a cost savings venture and just really trying to work on our suppliers and source better. And I'm in part of different buying groups. And I think just last year, all my wife's efforts, she saved us almost $70,000 just trying to buy better, beat up our suppliers for better pricing on materials, and it's like the last 24 years, it's been, how do we build amazing products? And it's like, okay, now how do we actually make money? You know what I mean? It's that's our shop 2 days ago. It's a mess inside. Getting into the shop is one thing, and then organizing it to be efficient, and we're trying to think like it. We're trying to think like OEMs, where you have, what a shadow board is, like where tools on the wall, a place for everything in its place. And
it's hard because you're trying to earn a living while you do this too, because you're trying to get into a new shop, you're trying to make money at the same time, and you're trying to organize. It's tough. I do it on a daily basis. My guys will tell you straight up, I'm the biggest multitasker at the same time, but I like look at the small details of like where this is at and where that's at, just because I've been working so long.
Tim, though, somebody on here wants to know, other than the race car bodies, do you do a lot of other like little things for the cars, for the racing industry? Like you said, oil pans and
to be honest, we do carbon injectors for some of the guys you buy, blower stuff for. I do a lot of private label stuff too. We got flat sheets, tubs, and I mean, weirdly,
so if I buy like a 4x8 sheet of 2-sided carbon, more than likely it came from you.
well, there's a lot of other guys in the States too.
I know, but I'm just saying from
Yeah.
a race car standpoint.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff for other shops. And to be honest, I've been quietly behind the scenes for 25 years. And that's why I've been enjoying, when Jess reached out to me to, to help you and be involved. It's an opportunity for people to see my face and actually hear more of the story, because I love the sport just like you guys do. But a lot of my revenue doesn't just come from Pro Mod bodies. It comes from a lot of other things. We do, like I said, we've done big outdoor art sculptures out of fiberglass for the city of Vancouver. I built a 63-foot tall composite tree for the city as a big centerpiece to this new development they did. It was 36,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And
did you set it up too? Did you have
and the engineering firm hired us, and they went out on 3 big flatbed tractor trailers and 5 pieces. And I spent the summer of 2016 putting it together. Like, they bolted it. It had a steel structure inside of it, because it's taller than a 5-story building. So it had to be engineered for wind load and all that stuff. Right.
Wow.
That's crazy. So they bolted it all together, and then we had to graft it all and make it the textured and the color to match, so it looked seamless. Right. So, anyways, racing people don't care about that.
No. But so Tim, this new C7 is your baby, though. You're very proud of it. You're very proud of it.
Yes.
It looks great. It has, I've seen it personally in person. I've seen it in action. I mean, what prompted you to do this? You just wanted to try, you wanted to do a new body, obviously, because you were kind of tired of 69 Camaros, obviously.
Yeah.
And this Vet was always your go-to thing. Like, you were kind of known for the Vet.
Yep.
And this body, now that we've changed, what we've got it now, I mean, it looks more like a real Vet to me personally.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, the honest God's, the story, Steve and Jason, what it is the Sheik of Bahrain reached out to me, and I think I told you guys this, through Khaled Al-Balushi and Justin Bond, and he wanted a Toyota Supra Pro Mod, and he wanted me to do it, and he wanted it to be the baddest car, beat everybody. He just wanted it to be the best. And I said, well, the only way we can do this is to I have the Aero data on the original C7 that I did. But we got to scan your 69 Camaro. We got to scan the Bickle new Camaro that's made by Kirkman. We got to scan the 5-star Camaro. We got to scan all these cars. And I did simulations and charted all of them. And I know there's other guys in the States that are doing some of this stuff too, to kind of keep the even playing field at NHRA. But I did it with my own software through a guy in Europe I've worked with before that used to be part of Red Bull Formula One. And we basically, before we designed the Sheikah's body, we wanted to make sure we knew what all the competition was. So we just kept shaping it. And Jess, can you bring up some of the C7 Aero screenshots? There's 3 of them that kind of show when we were sculpting the Sheik's Supra. We just kind of it's like a bar of soap, and we just kept shaping the bar of soap in the computer model to get it better. And it wasn't necessarily just, there's the red and green ones, not those ones. Go, it says C7 V3 screenshots, number 3 and 2 and 1.
That's the bottom, right? I mean,
that's the bottom. This is what once we started fine tuning our design, this all happened later. These were later shots, but the true story is that we took a model and got it, hundreds of horsepower, drag horsepower better, which it's not horsepower. What we were striving for with the coefficient of drag. These are some of the original simulations that we did for the Sheik of Bahrain, just shaping it to get, the air to go around the car evenly, over the top of the car evenly, and come and meet together behind the wing to make this clean pass through the air. And what happens is that it becomes slipperier and slipperier and slipperier. So it takes less horsepower to overcome the drag it sees at 250 miles an hour, right? So And you could see we were playing with the back of the fenders. So the air that gets under the chin spoiler, it's got to go out around the tires and down the side of the car. And we really worked hard at all this, but everything was going good. And then basically the Sheik was told by Toyota that he wasn't allowed to build the car. He wasn't allowed to build this Supra. And he's like, well, I don't want your money to do this. I just want to do it. And
Supra, yeah.
And they basically wouldn't let him do it. And you understand why. Toyota's pulled out of a lot of motorsports now. So I understand why they did that. So he basically said, Tim, just have at it. Just take everything you've learned. And
so you have to get a copyright, obviously, release from GM, Ford, whoever,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. And then Toyota wouldn't let him do it. So
that's weird.
So he just got really mad, and he didn't cover all the costs of the Aero, but he paid a significant portion because he was going to own this. This was going to be his unique deal. And anyways, he just said, you can have it, do it with what you want. But I mean, as a business owner, Chevys outsell everything 10-1, right? Everything, you know what I mean? So if I'm going to do it, let's make it a Corvette, you know what I mean? Because I really was never happy that, like, the car that you have, Steve, was my original V1. I was proud of that, but that was my first attempt of making a C7 in the computer world, like without, like that was, and I made a lot of mistakes. It's a good looking car, but but I think that it could be better. And the V3 is, basically the evolution of that. So as we turned the body style into the Vet, it made a few little body changes, and we really started working on the back because, like you guys know, I was criticized heavily remember Sidney Frigo crashed at Dallas with NHRA, and Jess, you got some of the shots of him crashing. I'm not sure if all the listeners know, but that was a horrible. Thank gosh, I think he only broke his arm. Thank God. He could have been killed. And Sidney is such a huge part of this sport. He helps. He's got so many people involved with his, and he loves drag racing. So, I mean, everybody thought my car was unstable, but what we learned through all my aerodynamic analysis that it wasn't. We're measuring tire loads front and back, so we're really trying to get the car balanced front to back so that it's basically at 250 miles an hour. It's sitting at the same stance, not wedged down or
wedged up. Yeah.
Wedged up. We're trying to keep it as stable as we could. And the old car, my windshield was 6 inches farther back. So what a lot of people don't know, my new ZR1, the front window was 6 inches forward compared to the old V1 and V2. And that primarily is to balance the Aero front to back, but also, most importantly, to put the same roll cage as your 69 Camaro, Jason, under the roof canopy, right? So again, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to reach out to key influencers in the sport. And I reached out to Eric Dillard confidentially, and I said, Eric, if I do this new Vet, I'd love for you to have Proline, put power in it. I mean, those guys are awesome, right? And him and Steve. And he goes, I'd love it, but your window's too far back. And he goes, that cage in the 69 Camaro Pro Mod, Bickle and RJ style chassis, the door bar, the angle of the window post, the length of the roof bar, and that box between the back of the engine and the front of the forelink, that engineered box is the best in the business for absorbing the most torsional hit off the line. So here I am doing Aero, but I'm learning so much about the actual inner workings of the race car leaving the line. Yeah. And this is why I'm really confident with the new cars, because I scanned 3 69 Camaro chassis, up at Al Billis's shop, my buddy. And we basically drew all those tubes and put them under the Vet. And we're like, so we cut the roof off my Vet and we moved it forward. And for 1 week, it looked totally retarded. And then now I look back going, oh man, it looks so much better. And the old to me looks weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So many things, these freaking gray hairs. It's like I'm.
Here's one I'm going to throw at you, Tim.
Uh-oh.
Yep. The new body.
Yes.
Right. Have you got people, Jason, flat hoods, blower cars, nitrous cars, talking about the Aero package like they have the hole opening on the front of the hood. So, are they have some of these guys out to try to make the air go more into that hole as far as him or a nitrous car or a blower car?
Well, in my opinion, and this, I do not tune these cars, guys, and I do not have access to all your data. But when you look at, we've all put our hand out the window driving down the highway, and you felt it push you back, right?
Yep.
Steve, you think about that size of that supercharger and that hat sticking up, that's drag. Okay. So that is basically a billboard or a mailbox on top of your hood. I do think that the cowled cars that suck it through the grill are more efficient just because you've got less drag in front of you, but it's also ingesting. And I mean,
it's negative pressure too, because it's under
it is. But guys, I'm doing all my Aero for quarter mile, but the reality is the biggest sweet spot, like Pro Mod now, is primarily eighth mile, right?
Yeah.
And there's not much Aero going on the first 300 feet. You're accelerating so hard, and it just starts coming on near the end. So there's less of an impact of the Aero.
We have found that the new body stock Aeros and the Vettes are about a mile an hour and a half faster. Now, ET wise, I don't know, but mile an hour has to equate to ET as something.
Correct.
It sounds like to me that all Corvettes need 25 pounds put on.
No,
that's what it sounds like.
No, I don't think so. Right. But no, guys, like
this is something that, going back to what like Jason's talked about with his 69 and then the other cars, we're talking about Aero for mile an hour, but I'm talking about Aero for power.
Oh yeah. No, like I really think
he's thinking, yeah. What we found is the new body style Camaros seems to go around the hole instead of in the hole. The 69, the way it's pushed up, you got like a 2x12 stuck up there and kind of V back a little bit. It seems to ingest it.
Well, and you got a little peak. The top of the grill has a little peak,
little nose down.
Catches it. Yep, it's good.
Yep. I had a 70 Camaro. I remember those. I mean, I think you made the Cynergy.
I did.
Camaro. Yeah, I had a 70 Camaro. Yeah, 7.5.
I sold everything to McCamus in a weak moment back in the day. I should never have done
That's what I thought. I thought you sold the whole company, didn't you?
Nah, it's a long.
Well, the racing story. Yeah.
No, guys, we only got an hour.
We're
almost up. No, guys, honest to God truth, and I'll keep it short, but the Sheik of Qatar, Khalid, the Alan Abbey guy, he wanted to buy all my molds because I built them 24. He had 24 of my carbon bodies in 3 years, went just to his team, and he loved it. It was a 67, the 68 Firebird, the 70 Camaro, and I just did the 69. And Khalid said, I want it. I said, why would I sell you my stuff and have one boss? Like, I'm self-employed. Well, a couple months later, I started getting these weird chest pains, and honest to God, I started getting some weird health issues going on. And turns out I had this 6-inch tumor as big as a grapefruit in my lung, and I didn't know this. And so I thought I was dying of cancer, honest to God. Yeah. And it turned out to be nothing. It was like just this weird tissue mass that was in me that it took 18 months.
Good. Yeah.
No, I'm healthy as ever, but I was really heavy earlier in my career, primarily because I had this tumor in me and it inflamed me and I didn't know what it was. So Tim McCamus was the Alan Abbey business manager right when the ADRL was going on.
Yeah, I remember.
And they split up, but I called when I was worried about my health. I had a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. I'm self-employed, thinking I'm dying. I called McCamus and I said, do you think Khalid still wants this? And he goes, well, Khalid and I aren't together anymore, but let's talk. And honestly, I put a bunch of money I sold everything to just my molds. I did not sell my business. I wouldn't sign a non-compete. I basically said, Tim, I've taken 10 years. I've sent him 3 tractor trailer loads of molds, basically in a gentleman's handshake that I would never mold anything that I sold him again. And anyways, for what it did, guys, is it forced me to go out and get custom prototype non-racing work, which actually made me way better at my craft and learn CNC and the computer drawings and all the if I didn't make that move in 2011, 2012, I wouldn't be sitting here where I am today talking about this stuff, because I'm better now because of being forced to diversify, you know, and I got the Copo Camaro contract the year after I sold everything to McCamus. So
Making a living racing is very tough. I mean, you're talking about a small market, especially pro mods. I mean, you talk about 100, 150 total in the world, maybe.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you made 150 bodies, obviously we're going to crash them. We're going to get new ones. We're going to sell them and that kind of thing. But I mean, you look at a small market, so you kind of got to go out and do other things that don't involve it. Yeah. And that's a good business move. I mean, and that would scare anybody into making a decision to do what they got to do. And, you know, it made you a better businessman, and it may help you get where you are at today. Then it wasn't the wrong move. It was just a different move.
Well, and that whole thing, I'll be honest, Tim McCamus was good to me, and he's a good businessman. You know, you guys know dealing with McCamus it's tough. He's very shrewd with what he does.
I've seen his videos plenty
of times. Yeah, but he was really fair to me. And so because I didn't sign a non-compete, so Khaled from Allen Abbey was so mad. He goes, "You wouldn't sell it to me, but you sell it to him." I'm like, well,
things are different.
Yes. Things are different. But he goes, but now I want you to make me a Corvette. So the C7 that the V1 was originally designed for Khaled from Allen Abbey because I didn't sign a non-compete. I didn't I was free to do whatever I want. He actually sent me a first-class ticket to fly out to Sonoma, California, Napa Valley, meet him there, Sears Point. We sat in his RV. We talked about all this stuff. Well, he, you know, smoked his shisha pipe and had people rubbing his back and all that stuff. It was treated me great. He's always been great to me, Khaled from Allen Abbey. And he goes, "I want you to make me a Corvette and just make me 10. I'll prepay for all of them." So I'm all excited. I come home, I start scanning stuff, I start drawing stuff. I hired a professional automotive stylist to help me to do all this stuff, the V1. And not 1 month after all this happened, I don't know if you guys remember, but Allen Abbey
disappeared.
His dad stepped down his ruler. His brother took over, cut all his funding. He had promised Alan Johnson, Del.
I remember every bit of it. Yep.
And it all just went away. And I'm like, what the hell do I do now? Well, I might as well finish it. I started it. And actually McCamus said to me, "Tim, the molds that I bought from you," Tim McCamus said, "the Cynergy molds are freaking awesome. You're really good at making molds. And I'm in the South and I'm really good at making composites. So why don't you make the molds and we sign some sort of an agreement that I'll make the Cynergy C7s at McCamis's at Velocity." And we did that for a couple of years, and it was actually not a bad deal for me. And and anyways, here we are. I ended up going down and getting all my stuff and bringing it back, just because if you want it done right, you do it yourself, right? But
what's the ZR1? Steve, since Tim's on here, what's your thoughts on the ZR1?
I like it.
I like it.
I like it a lot. It's the shit, I think.
I think so too.
What's your thoughts on the 300 mile an hour? I seen somebody had Jimmy Taylor on here, and you said 250 quarter mile stuff. Jimmy's trying to go 300. What's your thoughts on that?
Me or Jason?
Well,
you're
the body man. Is the body going to hold?
Well, I can tell you, I know for a fact that the bodies that are coming out of Velocity are not as strong as mine. And I can tell you that once I started getting all this Aero data for all these cars, I'm like, there's so much information. I reached out to Warren Johnson, confidentially. One of my best customers I have out in Canada is a guy named David Schroeder. He's a hot rod drag week guy that, you know, where they drag and drive. And him and Warren have been tight for a lot of years. And I said, "Do you think Warren would mind talking to me?" I said, "I don't know, give him a call." So I called Warren Johnson and introduced myself and told him about all the stuff I was doing. And Steve, I'm not answering the question, but basically what Warren said was that you got to make this thing so strong because, like I said, he's been in the Lockheed Martin wind tunnel on his own with his own money that'll go 400 miles an hour. And when they went over 200 for real, it imploded the front window and all the cars started buckling. Like the force is on these cars. So my car is the right shape, and the roof canopy, it's egg shaped, it's strong. It will maintain its shape. Like you could put thousands of pounds of pressure on my car and it wouldn't buckle, right? So I think it will definitely help, I guess, get closer. You know what I mean to that.
We all know Jimmy's trying it. You know, he's really, really trying and pushing the envelope. And
I know.
I got a couple of texts. Everybody's waiting for your question because everybody loves a free T-shirt. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but they all love a free
You
T-shirt.
talk free, they jump in quick.
Yeah, everybody's.
What is my? Well, we haven't really stuck to the agenda, have we, guys?
Okay, no, that's all right. That's
So
okay.
what should my question be? What do you think? I don't know.
I don't know. Let's see.
What's the? How about your epoxy resin? We're all sitting here.
No. I don't know.
We're not carbon guys.
How long do we have? Are we gonna keep?
We got another 15, 20 minutes. So
okay.
Yep.
So yeah. So how about this? What was the first pro mod body you built that we talked about?
Do you want me to answer the question?
No, I don't want you to answer it. That's the question.
No.
That's the question. The first pro mod body that you ever built.
The first person that answers that on the chat, is going to get some stuff.
Get some free body. Get some free, not a free body. I wish a free body. I'd answer. But what's your plans for anything new?
Well, I think number one, I'm really trying to work with because I scanned all these chassis to learn. I've learned a lot about chassis, and I'm really thinking about potentially venturing into that. But if I do it, I only want to make it safer for the racers. So I've got some ideas for some new products. Jess, can you show the fire resistant video? Or it's only a minute long. I want to make composite products that basically protect the drivers from fire. If you guys blow an engine, torch a head gasket, the fuel tank.
Don't talk about that.
It's serious, guys.
It happens. I thought. I mean,
if I'm going to make parts for people, manufacturers in the sport have a duty of care and responsibility to the racers that they work for. Our job is to help protect you guys. So we've done through my OEM tier 1 work supporting all these guys. I've done a bunch of prototype lithium-ion battery box covers for Tesla, and I've used this resin that is unbelievably fire resistant. Like, I mean, this resin is I set up a blowtorch in my shop, and we had 2400 Celsius out of this blowtorch, and it melted a piece of aluminum in 45 seconds. This stuff, it took 8 minutes to burn through it.
Jesus.
2400 Celsius. And I want to make these carbon interior components around the driver out of this stuff. So watch this video.
Well, that's a whole lot better, than what we're normally used to.
Well, the epoxy burns all the,
I know,
the normal stuff. So this is what I'm working on right now. You ask what I'm doing. I've got an international R&D agreement with the world's largest resin manufacturer, like the same company that all the big windmill blades that you see, resin, all the resin in the Boeing and the Airbus jets, the same company. They do all the composite leaf springs for Ford. They do all the battery box covers for GM and Tesla. All the high volume composites work and the BMW does in Europe. Europe is so far ahead. It's hard to see this video. This resin, guys, is unbelievable. Like, you can literally put a blowtorch on it and it doesn't burn. The problem with this resin is that the catalyst, you mix the hardener into the resin, is acid. So it's really hard on my tooling. So that the tooling gets beat up really bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Show some pictures of the burn samples, Jess, of like, we made this test rig in my shop and it melted the fiberglass cloth. Like, if you guys ever put composite into a fire and it burns all the resin off and the cloth is still there, like, this stuff literally, it's still withstanding the temperature and it's melting the fiberglass and carbon.
I can't tell you how many front ends I've seen just go up to nothing because of an engine fire. And you could make firewalls out of this. That's the big thing. I mean, you think about firewalls, because we're running titanium firewalls now, aluminum steel firewalls. I mean, this is something that I would, the shields that go over our heads, our floor pans.
Well, there's a lot of fire there.
Look at it. It's literally, it's melting that's in my shop and it's melting the glass. It's so hot and the resin still isn't really burning. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. So
it is. That's
I
my
mean,
biggest fear is fire. I mean, as a racer, I think we all kind of,
mhm.
that's we try to prevent it. We know it's there, but I saw what's the guy blew torched the head gasket at
Oh,
US Street, and
oh,
that's the biggest pro mod fire I've ever seen
oh yeah,
going down track.
oh yeah.
That was big.
So I
I
mean,
think we
Maybe
so I
got
what
him.
guess
they knocked the ejector off, and then you got all that fuel pressure blowing out. I don't. I'm not sure what happened there.
Let's see. I think we got a winner. No, go one up, one up. I think Carla got. Yep, she got it.
that's it.
Yep.
That was I bought one of my best friends in this business is an Australian named Murray Anderson. You remember Scotty Cannon's Studebaker came from Australia. The guy that built that car is Murray Anderson, and we collaborated on a lot of stuff. And Al Billis, I worked for Al Billis in the 90s. He said, Tim, Murray's got this killer 67 Camaro. It looks so cool. You should buy it. And I'm like, I don't know if I should get into pro mod. Anyways, I ended up went to the bank, said I was buying a Camaro. They didn't know it was a body plug from Australia. Send the money to Australia. 8 weeks later, the C-Can shows up with this hand-formed steel plug that was just so cool looking. Like it was in 3 weeks, I had 16 of them on order in 2004. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And it was just, and that leaded into your 68 Firebird.
Yeah.
And then I did the 70 Camaro, and then I did the 67 Shelby Mustang, and then we did the 69, which 69 is the best, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Always will be.
But I think we need to do a poll of what most of the muscle cars have been done, right? Like, so I will build whatever will sell, but the reality is I want to build what people think is cool. Like
it's funny you talk about like in the 80s and the 90s when I grew up watching, we did like I remember the Engelberts had the 70 and the 79 to 80 Camaros, which wasn't that long ago.
No.
Back then. And then, you had a lot of IROCs that ran, and Firebirds that ran pro stock and things like that. It seems it's weird now that we've gone so far back that we're still in the 69. Like, why not do an IROC like a Kai had or do a.
Oh, man. Like you think about the pro stock when they were Lee Shepard and Bruce Allen and all those were iconic cars back in the day. And Bill Coolman, his original, the 200-mile-an-hour car was, and Al Billis's 91 Camaro with the Maple Leafs on the side.
Yeah,
I love those cars.
I like that.
But
back then they were newer cars.
They were.
They weren't. They didn't have 69 Camaros, and I guess it's just times have changed, and it costs a lot. I mean, it costs a lot for you to make a mold, so you've got to know that if I make a 89 IROC Camaro body, that it's got to be able to sell. I don't know how many you'd have to sell to make that possible, but it'd have to be a lot of them probably.
Yeah, you got to sell 50 bodies really to make it worth your while. And I mean, we've already sold 26 of the new one, and only 3 or 4 of them have debuted. So, I mean, we're really happy with the new ZR1.
I like the
and I appreciate that. But we got to find something else. And I don't think I would do the Aero work on the next one. I would do a nostalgia body. Or a 91 Camaro or an 87 to 93 Fox body Mustang.
Yeah. I saw the guys doing the Olds Cutlass. You see that?
I had my very first car was an 84 Hurst Cutlass in high school.
So this guy's doing like a 90 model, like the old Warren Johnson did it in a pro mod style, twin turbo.
Warren Johnson told me that was the most balanced car he ever had. It was so easy to drive, so stable. So
there's still a lot of them out there. I mean, there's a lot of guys that run Top Sportsman with them. I mean, so
but I think pro modified goes in cycles with the car bodies. Like it was the 63 Corvette forever. Everyone,
I really think that car, the 63 Vet really needs a redo because of the way the cockpits, what we've learned about the chassis and how the chassis work, it would never work on that body. And the way the new engine combinations, we need a higher hood. And like, I would really want to redo the 63, maybe call it a 67 or something. And everything I've learned on the Aero, it would be such a still slippery car, but it would be nostalgic. Right. So I don't know, like we need to poll the viewers, the listeners. And we need to find out what they want,
Yeah.
Because it is all 69 Camaros now. And
it is.
But I think people like to know, like, your fire resistant stuff. I think a lot of people want to hear that
Yeah.
about what you've done.
Yep. So, I think that's about it, Tim, for
Hey
this
guys,
time.
thank
Yeah,
you guys.
I appreciate it.
Honestly,
Thanks a lot.
we only covered a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think we had it's such a big show for you to come on because you've got so much knowledge and so much stuff out there that you could spend. I mean, I think I could sit here and listen to you for hours because I'm interested in that stuff. That's the stuff I like to. I got my first 3D printer sitting right next to me. I got it,
that's
you know,
awesome.
for
That's
Christmas,
awesome.
and I love it, dude. I've been making all kinds of stuff. I've been making all kinds of, you know, little tools and stuff for work, just things that I want to do. And I like the engineering side. I never
Yeah.
was part of the, like a machinist or engineering, but just
No.
I'm a mechanic by trade, so my interest always goes back to being a gearhead.
Yeah, me too. You know, me too.
But I appreciate it, Tim, and thanks a lot for
No,
sponsoring Boosting Bullshit. Me and this two
no, I
dumb
love you
idiots.
guys. I'm a
Yeah.
fan too. I'm a fan of what you guys do and the
Boost
sport.
bullshit.
You're coming to World Series, right?
I should be there.
Okay.
I'm not really organized in my shop yet. I really shouldn't leave, but also everybody's there. It's kind of I'd be
Come
crazy.
down,
Right?
come down.
Before you get there, Tim, Bob needs something. He
Yeah.
needs you to design something.
Whatever.
He needs a 30-pound weight bar.
Out of carbon.
That's what Bob needs, man. He needs that bad.
Whatever Bob needs. I've been to Jason and Bob's. They're one of the best. No problem.
Yeah.
Tell Bob anytime. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the young lady or the Carla lady that won the shirts, we just send us a private chat message or whatever with all your info.
Yep. And we appreciate it, Tim. Thanks a lot for what you do.
Problem, guys.
Synergy Composites, check them out. I mean, go to their website. They got a really cool website. They do lots of cool things from juniors to Copo hoods to, the Boss Mustang, the new Ford GT500 stuff.
Yeah.
And he's not just making stuff out here for stuff to go fast. He's making a lot of things, and people like him is what makes racing go faster. If he's making this body and this body makes me 2 or 3 numbers faster, then he's done his job. And
appreciate it.
I
man.
appreciate it, Tim, and stay warm.
Thank you.
Stay warm up there.
It's not snowing today, so
good.
Thanks for everything, and thanks for helping Jess get all this organized. So, like I say, good luck in Florida, Steve. Good luck in Florida, Jason. We'll see you guys down there.
All right, thanks a lot, Tim.
See you there. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. All right, I really could. Like that's so interesting to me. I know maybe some people didn't think it was, but like that's kind of stuff that I like to listen to because it's the engineering side of what we try to do, and it's the little things. I mean, the whole time he's talking, I'm thinking to myself, well, these fuckers need 25 pounds put on them because they got so much stuff faster than us, but it is what it is. I mean,
I think people want to hear just like that fire thing with the video we had up there. I mean,
I would, dude. I'm all about that. Like, our enclosures we have NHRA stuff. We have the titanium plates that are put around us to keep stuff. If you could do that all that in our floorboards and our floor, because like underneath where we sit is made out of metal, but then like over here on the right hand side and underneath our trannies is steel carbon. And if you could make it a little thicker and a little a lot more fireproof, then I'm all about that. So
for sure. Have you talked to him about, like you talked about, the air coming in the front of your hood, like clean air, bad air?
I have not. I would be interested to take one of our cars to the wind tunnel and just see what it does with the hat up there versus a hood scoop versus the hole in the front. Because obviously, my air is coming in and I'm getting negative pressure though. And that's a big thing, and you've got this big thing sticking out there that's hitting and slowing it down.
Right. I just wonder if they put it up. Audi used to do the cow all the way up close, and I mean, there's a lot of info there that I'm not. It's beyond me, but just saying,
way past me. But
I heard you talking about the air in front of the big hole. If it's circulating, how it comes into that blower, is that making a difference? I mean,
yeah, I mean that's way past me. I mean, I can do my theories, what I think. I mean, I think we've played with bigger openings, smaller openings. He ain't slow. I wish he would go to bed. Matlock or something's on, I'm sure. We play with bigger openings, bigger gas tank to the right, gas tank to the left. We've even had guys who didn't put a hole in there and thought they could get negative pressure. Some of the turbo guys were not making, the stacks that come up on their hoods. But just those little things that could play a big difference. But I know we ran a little long tonight, guys, but check us out next week. We'll be at US Street Nationals. Me and old dummy here, we're going to take a week off of work, go down, do some racing, see if I can win the next one, or at least try to. We're gonna be live again at the track. We're gonna have Bullshit Palooza, Boosting Bullshit Palooza. We're going to have some guests on. Some people are going to be stopping by. If you're a racer and you want to be on the show, just DM me or Steve, and we'll get you on there somehow. I mean, I don't care if you drive Little Gangsters to one of the bracket classes. You can come on. We'll get on here. We'll talk about something. Big thanks to Cynergy Composites for coming on. Tim's very interesting to listen to. Other than that, buddy, just like and subscribe. Go to Pilot Racing Facebook page, Party Time Racing Facebook page, and we got anything to say, Steve-O?
No, man, that was very informative. I thought I wasn't all about race cars. It was just informative how he builds that stuff. And I know he had a lot more information, but I'm sure we'll hear it at some point. And
yeah, we'll get him back on. Maybe we'll get him and somebody else on that has another little insight on maybe some Aero stuff. How do I send a private chat? Just go to Pilot Racing's Facebook page and just DM through there. Just do a message through there. And you'll probably get an automated message back, but she'll check it, or you can hit me on Party Time Racing Facebook, and I'll try to get you back on. But other than that, I mean, I want to give a shout out to Bruce Mullins, because Bruce is the one's got to make these things look good after they make the body. So Bruce has got to take all this work they've done and still make it look like a car and slick it up and do some body work. And
he's probably happy when it comes out slick already. Left work for him.
Yep, he did. Victory Vinyl, same thing. These guys got to go through and make these cars look good. So they're not only the only ones making body work, but great show. We'll see you next week at US Street Nationals. We'll be live again. And that's it for Boosting Bullshit, episode 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, something.
29. Not that far yet, but
no, we're getting there. But
we got old Flatwood, so
okay. All right, guys, and it will be on. Let's see what that will be on Tuesday, not Monday. Yep, she yelled at me. So Tuesday night, Boosting Bullshit next week, live from US Street Nationals. We'll see how things go. All right,
we'll see who shows.
Yep, that's all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Out, Bob. Get you. You can eat.